Don't just live for tomorrow, or just live in yesterday. Just be glad for all you have that's in today.
Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my blind reaction to DuckTales 2017 episodes, what is this? 14 through 16. So some of you who are watching this might be a little confused. You might be wondering, wait, when did you do DuckTales on this channel? And the answer, if you're new here, is that I kind of didn't. See, I had an old channel. On the old channel, before it was terminated by YouTube completely unfairly, I started reacting to DuckTales. When it was terminated and I came over to this channel, I think I did one video of DuckTales, and that's because that's all that was out still at that time. Now, since then, the entire rest of the season has come out, and, well, I think it's about time we get back to it. The Tuesday slot has opened up, and so yeah, we are doing DuckTales here. So yeah, we are doing 3 episodes today, which is about an hour in length altogether. Now I will be skipping the intro and outro stuff as applicable. I don't know too much about what's to come in these episodes, this set and just in general for the rest of the season. But I do know one thing, and that is that Magica is going to be returning. Which isn't, like, surprising or anything. It's kind of something I already figured, considering we've seen little hints of Magica here and there when involving Lena. I don't know how she returns or whatnot. I don't know all the details behind it, but I have seen a screenshot of her having returned. And I think it's probably from the finale. I don't know for sure, though. I am interested to find out, though. Magica was always, like, the best DuckTales villain. I mean, you had the Beagle Boys, you had Glomgold, but Magica was always, like, the best. So I'm excited to see her return, and she's voiced in this series by Catherine Tate, who's known to some like me as being Donna Noble in Doctor Who. And I really love me some Doctor Who, and yeah, Donna was always one of my favorite companions. I loved her snark and sass. I loved her just take no shit attitude. And it's really cool that she's playing a villain here. Even if it's just a voice role. So I'm excited to see where this goes. We've had some great episodes already with what we've got in this season. So we're just going to get right into it, because as I said, there is about an hour of this to get through. Minus some time for the cutting out the intros and outros, but I also have to do my afterthoughts too, so a lot to handle here. So yeah. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and so let's begin. When the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts, and will contain spoilers to the episodes. So that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So, 3 good episodes here. Glad to be back into this. I don't have a huge amount to say about them, but I do want to get some thoughts out here. The first one especially brought back Lena, and also Magica, the shadow of Magica that's, I guess you could say, haunting Lena, and controlling her as well. Like, we see that she can actually stop Lena from, like, moving forward in some cases. Like, literally. So Lena doesn't have a complete freedom at the moment. And it seems that that's what she wants most. Which, presumably, according to Magica, only she can give her. I'm not quite sure how that's going to work. I guess maybe we'll find out. But the big thing to take away here is that Lena is still working for Magica behind the scenes, but it seems like she doesn't want to. She definitely doesn't want to work for Magica, and she's trying to be her own duck. But Magica, like I said, is kind of controlling her, kind of keeping her in line in a way, which is causing some issues between them. But it's also forcing Lena to have to comply with what her aunt is saying and wants her to do, which is problematic. I don't know if Lena's going to be able to escape this or not. Now, we know Magica does come back at some point in her entirety, so I'm wondering exactly how that's going to work with Lena. I'm really vastly interested in that story, though. The second episode here focused more on Scrooge. This one focused on Scrooge and specifically his relationship to an old flame. His ex-partner, ex-lover, pretty much everything, as he put it. So they used to be an item, but she betrayed him, and he felt like he just couldn't get over that. When finally reunited at Glomgold's party, she ends up working with Glomgold to find this secret land of gold. But she's pretending during this time to work with Scrooge. And in the end, she double-crosses both of them. I like her character. I love her personality. She's very sassy and smart and really fun to watch. I really think she's like the perfect complement to Scrooge's character. And I really do. Like I said at the end of that episode that I ship it, and I really do. Because they just work really well off of each other. And I can definitely see that they both do have legitimate feelings and a legitimate connection. So, yeah. I'm hoping she comes back at some point. In some way. And the one thing I really liked is I thought she was dead. I thought she was legitimately dead. Even Glomgold thought she was legitimately dead. I had forgotten all about that amulet. The one that keeps her from being burned. Because that's kind of what would happen. I guess the amulet, it's not quite exactly just that it just stops you from being burned. Because not only would she have been burned by falling into the gold, she would have been encased in it. So it must have like put some kind of protective field around her. Basically straight up protecting her from the molten gold altogether. The cast that Glomgold found was probably, she had probably escaped from it, but it probably formed in that way afterwards. Like, it set that way. That's a good word for it. That's the only way I can think of that would work. But I love that, because that was good continuity throughout the episode. That was mentioned before, back near the beginning of the episode. And then it comes back in a big way, so I really like that. And the third episode, The Only Child Day, that was uncomfortable in so many ways. So it focuses on the three brothers basically spending the day as pretending to be only children. They're basically forgetting about their sibling bonds, forgetting about sibling activities, and just doing their own thing for a day, which is fine. I think that siblings need to be able to spend time on their own as well and do their own thing. There's nothing wrong with spending time together and having fun. And I mean, I still like it, spending time with my sister and stuff, even though she doesn't even live here anymore. I like to hang out with her and stuff whenever I can. But I also understand that sometimes we want to do other things. The episode was extremely uncomfortable, though, because of the actual content within it. And not in a bad way, by the way. It wasn't uncomfortable in a bad way. It was actually really well done. Because it was trying to make the viewer uncomfortable. Because it was all of these legitimately freaky situations. So the first one is Huey. Huey is he's doing his own thing with the Junior Woodchucks, and he's trying to still get into this cookout, despite not having his brothers around to help him. And it's a 3-person cookout, so he needs to have 2 others. The Beagle Boys are around, and 2 of them basically take disguise as woodchucks, as Junior Woodchucks. Huey knows it's them the entire time. But he starts to, like, teach them. And he's treating them like people. He's treating them respectfully. And they start to get really attached to him because of it. But because all they know is doing crime and bad things, even though they become attached to him, they want to do bad things for him. And this one becomes uncomfortable in the fact that it's like they're starting to become so attached that it's kind of creepy in a way, that it's kind of unsettling. And by the end, it's clearly dangerous how attached they are. But then we had the most uncomfortable one, let's be honest, the middle one, which centered on Louie. So Louie wanted to get in with this other rich kid. Louie was pretending, since it's the only child day, he was pretending to be the only heir to Scrooge's fortune, which allowed him to get in to meet this other only child rich kid. So he meets with this rich kid, and the rich kid at first seems really weird, and it's kind of just off-putting a little bit, but then it goes really, really weird, and he starts getting more and more uncomfortable as time goes on. And like, there's a big red flag right off the bat when Louis first gets there, and the butler, who's later revealed to be the other rich kid's father, he basically gives this very eerie warning to Louis, and it's fantastic. But this kid, I think his name was Doofy or something like that, I don't know. But he starts getting more and more uncomfortable and starts getting possessive of Louis. Like, he views Louis not as just a friend or anything, but as a possession. And we find out that after his grandmother died and left him the inheritance, he started to get, like, more and more unhinged. Like, the possession of the money that he had, and just his ability to basically do and want anything at this point, and get it, has twisted his mind in a way that's made him possessive, extremely, what's the word? Starts with a K. Kleptomania. He has extreme kleptomania. He has this almost unsettling, like, mindset to him. Like, the way he thinks and acts is very creepy. It's very weird, and it's really not normal. Not even just the greed and the kleptomania and the possessiveness and all that. It's just the way he just presents himself is really off-putting. And it's like, just seeing him on screen, and it's getting worse and worse. It's like, I was really feeling like chills and everything. But it's good. It's the same kind of good, unsettling kind of situation that I got from, like, Freaky Fred in Courage the Cowardly Dog. Amazing series, by the way. Freaky Fred always made me uncomfortable in that same kind of way. Especially more and more as the episode of Courage went on. So, yeah, it's reminiscent of that in a way, but obviously not the exact same kind of thing. But I love that. And then the third episode here, centered, or that was the third episode. What am I talking about? Yeah, so those were the 3 episodes for this week's reaction. Now, we probably won't do 3 episodes every week for DuckTales. I just did 3 this time, just to kind of like, oh, we're getting back into this. Let's get back into it with a big reaction. Why not, right? And they were 3 very good episodes. Like, I'm really glad to be back. And I'm really glad that this show continues to be, honestly, pretty amazing. I am kind of curious, though. Like, who are some of these other voices? Like Goldie? I'm really curious as to who voices her. Glittering Goldie. Or no, that's not the right one. Oh, no, that is the right one. Glittering Goldie's a nickname. Goldie O'Gilt is her real name. Okay. So she's from the comics, too. Okay. Okay, her voice in the 2017 series. Apparently she was in the 87 series, too. She's Allison Janney. I don't recognize the name offhand. Apparently she's in Finding Nemo. I don't know who the character Peach is, though. See, she's Charlene Doofenshmirtz from Phineas and Ferb. Who's Charlene Doofenshmirtz? That's not the daughter. Is that the wife? That might be the wife. That's the wife. Did I ever hear her name? Okay, so I know her from a few things, it looks like. Oh, Peach is the starfish from Finding Nemo. Okay. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I was wondering about her voice, because it sounded kind of familiar, but not familiar enough to know, like, where it would be from. Either way, I really enjoyed these. Tell me in the comments below what you thought of these 3 episodes of DuckTales 2017. And, let me check real quick as well. How many episodes are there in total? Just because I want to just get a feel for how far along we are. Okay, according to this, I don't know how true that is. Let me check the link here. Because Google sometimes shows the episodes wrong for some reason, and it's just when you like look up list of episodes, sometimes it's wrong. Like for MLP, it's been wrong, for example. Okay, there's 23 episodes. There are 23 episodes in the season. And the second season is coming this year, actually. It says it's premiering late 2018. Huh. Okay. So 23 episodes. So this was, once again, episodes 14 through 16. So there are 7 episodes left. Yeah, we should be able to do that. Maybe do 2 episodes a week, and then on the last week, maybe 3, just to, because, yeah, that it would have to be. Maybe we'll do it that way, yeah. We'll figure it out. Yeah, in the meantime, as I said, though, tell me what you thought of these episodes in the comments below, and thank you so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.
And though you've come through many obstacles, shed tears along the way, you're still standing, live, love, laugh.